Hello everyone, Elena is here again. Scrum framework is implemented through a well-defined set of events and activities. 8 specific Scrum activities will be examined in this chapter. As you can see on the list, we will talk about these activities in this chapter. Imagine you're building something cool, a new app, for example. After chatting with customers and stakeholders, the product owner creates a grand vision for this app, but it's too big to tackle all at once. That's where grooming comes in. It's like breaking down this big vision into manageable chunks, like pieces of a puzzle. By the end of the grooming exercise, we get a neat and organized to-do list called the product backlog. This list is full of features and functionalities that bring the big vision to life. Now, Scrum suggests that we work on the most important things first. For a new product, it might be those must-have features to make customers happy. For existing products, it could be enhancements, bug fixes, or cool new features. Our product owner, who's like the captain of our project, works closely with customers and other important people to put together this product backlog. But here's the fun part. This list is alive. It changes and grows. As our business needs and customer wishes evolve, our product owner keeps tweaking the list, adding, deleting, or revising items. So think of the product backlog as a dynamic guide that helps us build awesome stuff while staying flexible to change. Imagine it's the kickoff moment for a new sprint. In this important meeting, our development team has the task of choosing specific work from the product backlog. Those are the tasks waiting to be done. Now, here's the thing. The product backlog is often a long list, and we can't do it all in one go. So our development team sits down and, in a process called sprint planning, selects a realistic subset of tasks they believe they can tackle during the sprint. It's like planning the journey for the next few weeks. Scrum tells us to work in these iterative cycles, each creating something valuable for our end customer. And guess what? Every sprint has a fixed time frame, always starting and ending on specific dates. Now, a very important rule. During a sprint, we don't change our goals. We stay focused on what we set out to do. During sprint planning, our Scrum team and the product owner sit down and agree on a specific goal for the upcoming sprint. This goal guides us and gives us direction throughout the entire sprint. So that's the sprint planning in a nutshell. Let's explore the crucial concept of commitment in Scrum. It's not just about making promises. It's like a forecast or estimate made by the Scrum team about what they can achieve in each sprint. This commitment builds mutual trust between the product owner, the Scrum team, and the Scrum executive. It forms the bedrock for short-term planning and decision-making, providing a reliable roadmap for the team's journey. During sprint planning, the Scrum team crafts a sprint backlog, a curated list of tasks from the larger product backlog. This becomes their to-do list, guiding how they'll design, implement, test, and deliver a selected set of tasks. In essence, Scrum commitment is about trust building, realistic planning, and having a clear roadmap for bringing ideas to life. After our planning session and making a commitment, it's action time. The Scrum team gets to work on all the tasks needed to bring those features to life, following the definition of done. Now, here's the cool part. Our team has full control over how they tackle these tasks in the sprint backlog. They self-organize, finding the best way to get things done and reach that sprint goal we committed to. Each day during sprint execution, the team manages their workflow through synchronization, inspection, and adaptive planning. This daily routine is known as the daily Scrum, where the team checks in, makes sure everything's on track, and adjusts plans if needed. And guess what happens at the end of all this hard work? The Scrum team delivers a shippable product, a piece of the puzzle that adds up to the product owner's big vision. It's all about making incremental progress, step by step. So in sprint execution, it's teamwork, adaptability, and daily check-ins that lead us to success. At the beginning of each day of the sprint, the Scrum team members hold a time-boxed daily Scrum meeting. This meeting ideally takes 15 minutes or less. It is part of the Inspect and Adapt activity. The daily Scrum meeting is also known as daily stand-up because all team members are standing throughout the meeting to promote brevity. The Scrum Master facilitates the daily Scrum, during which each team member takes turns answering 3 main questions. 1. What did I accomplish since the last daily Scrum? 2. What do I plan to do by the next daily Scrum? 3. What are the obstacles that can potentially prevent me from making progress? By answering these basic questions, everyone becomes aware of everyone else and sees the big picture of what is being built and how the team is progressing towards the sprint goal. Please note that Daily Scrum is not a brainstorming and problem-solving session. Rather, it is an inspection, synchronization, and adaptive planning activity. Scrum team completes the sprint by executing an activity called Inspect and Adapt. First, during an activity called Sprint Review, the stakeholders and the Scrum team inspect the product. Second, during an activity called Sprint Retrospective, Scrum team audits the Scrum process that is being used by the team. The outcome of these 2 activities goes into a feedback loop through which the Scrum team improves not only the product being built, but also the process being used. At this point, the sprint cycle repeats. The Scrum team determines the next most important set of product backlog items it can complete during the next sprint. After many sprints go through the repeating cycle, the product owner's vision is realized and the final product is created. Thank you for your attention. See you in our next lesson.